Hi, my name is Dave Benjamin. I'm the co-founder and executive director of the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project. On behalf of everyone at the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project, and on behalf of myself, I'd like to thank you and the National Drowning Prevention Alliance for selecting me to be the 2020 NDPA Lifesaver of the Year Award recipient. I also need to take this moment to thank my wife, Marie, as well as my children, Devin, Julie, and David, and my grandson, Jeremiah, for putting up with my obsessive compulsive nature for water safety. And as many of you know, water safety is a lifestyle. It certainly is not for the money, but it is for truly helping others. Drowning will not stop, and neither will we. Most everyone in water safety have been drawn to this cause by a love for the water, or a personal loss, or possibly even a non-fatal drowning experience. And for me, on December 26, 2010, I survived a non-fatal drowning incident while surfing in Lake Michigan. And it was while surfing in Lake Michigan, wiped out, thinking I'm holding my last breath underwater, that this is it for me, not gonna make it. You get a lot of real strange, random thoughts that go through your mind, like, who's gonna feed my cat? Who's gonna take out the garbage? And a lot of other random thoughts, but one of those random thoughts that came through was an article I read years before called "Drowning Doesn't Look Like Drowning." It was written by Mario Vitone, Mario with the US Coast Guard. And in this article, he describes the signs of drowning, just typically facing shore, mouth at water level, head tilted back, body's vertical doing this climbing the ladder motion. These signs of drowning is actually called the instinctive drowning response. And that definition was coined by Professor Frank Pia. So I definitely have to thank Mario and Professor Frank Pia for their research and their work in water safety, which actually saved my life and has me be here 10 years later to continue doing this water safety work. After my drowning incident, I dedicated my life to water safety, but I didn't know anything about water safety yet, even though I was 40 years old. So, what do? You search online. And it was online in a surfing forum where I met Bob Pratt. And Bob Pratt and I will often, joke around. We're one of those successful online relationships. We met online, exchanged a few, messages, a few emails, a couple of phone calls, decided to meet face to face. The first time we ever met face to face was in the parking lot of a hotel where we had reserved a room in the basement. We'll joke about this, but it was St. Joseph, Michigan in June of 2011 when we held our first Great Lakes water safety presentation. I was the organizer, Bob was the subject matter expert, and it was supposed to be just one presentation, and we ended up doing 5 presentations that summer. And each summer, it just kept expanding exponentially to where now we've done almost 900 Great Lakes water safety presentations in 7 of the 8 Great Lakes states. Bob's a great leader. He is a library, vast knowledge. He's the Google of water safety, and I cannot thank Bob enough. In around 2013, Bob Pratt and I were able to get the International Surf Lifesaving Association, as well as Lifeguards Without Borders, so Henry Reyes and Justin Sumsprott, to come out to Michigan in October, where we did a 3-day, 30-hour open water surf lifeguard certification course. And it's from that course that Bob Pratt and I tailored the Great Lakes open water surf lifeguard and service training program that we run today. Unfortunately, with Great Lakes water safety and with any water safety advocacy, unfortunately we meet people too late. John and Kathy Coker were 2 people that we met days after they lost their son Matthew in a Lake Michigan rip current. They invited us to come sit down in one of their friends' houses at the dinner table to discuss what happened, why it happened, how it was so easily preventable, and just how far behind we are with Great Lakes water safety as well as water safety in general. They took their grief and they created the Matthew Coker Foundation. And the Matthew Coker Foundation has now sponsored well over 330 presentations in Illinois since Matthew's passing. In addition to John and Kathy Coker, we also met Melissa Zirkle, who lost her son Jermaine in Lake Erie. And it was through her grief, and taking her grief and putting it into action, and having the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project come out there for multiple years to do Lake Erie water safety presentations in schools, for the publics, for camp programs, that really, their support has really boosted us. In addition, to that, I can go on and on forever. Evelyn Hernandez from Chicago, Illinois, who lost her boyfriend, Leonel Dominguez, in a Lake Michigan drowning incident when their inflatable raft got caught in an offshore wind. Unfortunately, since we started tracking the drownings in 2010, there's been over 850 Great Lakes drownings. While this water safety advocacy seems to be an uphill battle, we know that we are making headway, and that we could not do it without you and your continued support of all water safety organizations. So again, we would like to thank you and the National Drowning Prevention Alliance for selecting me and the Great Lakes Surf Rescue Project to be the 2020 National Lifesaver of the Year Award recipients. Thank you very much.